Hey there everyone, this is Jeff Perkins with JD Cutlery putting together a quick video on the first 5 of the Reate ZOROs that have been finished up. This is the same knife that was going to be labeled as the Z555, so if you do see a quote-unquote Z555, it is the same exact knife as the ZORO. Not sure exactly why they changed the name, but they did. And they've changed up the branding. So that being said, let's go ahead and hit the specifics on the knife itself. Overall length is 8.1 inches with a blade length of 3.3 inches, and it is the M390 steel. Closed length is 4.7 inches. With a blade thickness of 0.157. Of course, this is titanium handles, scales, pocket clip, backspacer, screws, all that good stuff, and of course running on the ceramic bearings. These are caged bearings, but they are a type that they seem to be using more of now, where those bearings, if you take the knife apart, will actually fall out of the brass cage that they're in, so do be careful if you're taking it apart to clean it, that kind of thing, or you will find yourself missing some of those teeny tiny bearings. And of course, your weight on this one comes in at 4.7 inches. So this is a nice lower cost full titanium knife from the Reate line, which is definitely very good for those of us that are kind of stretching to get into a Reate, get the quality knife at a good price. I believe the stock version is $290, and these are going for between $305 and $310, kind of depending on what modifications I'm giving to them. So we'll kind of hit all the specs and kind of look at everything. Just to give you an idea, of course, here is the straight stock version. They do have this cool new pivot with, of course, the R for Reate, and then a Torx number 6 on the other side of the pivot. The pocket clip is screwed from the inside out, so it does have the hidden screw there. And you've got 2 screws on each side of the backspacer, with this backspacer that starts out thick and then kind of narrows and gives you a little bit of a space on each side. So definitely a cool looking knife, a fun utility, flicks like a champ, definitely nice and responsive. To give you guys an idea of how easy it flips, my wife has decided that she is going to keep one of these for herself. She's been a ZT450 carrier for years, but she's decided that this one is a good size for her, and blade is drop into the handle and flicks out very nicely with that flipper. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at each one of these. The first one I have here is a sky blue done with a very heavy bronze storm treatment. Bronze on the hardware. I did go bronze with a double stone wash on the backspacer. Got a little bit of oil in there. That's what that shiny is. And then, of course, the storm treatment again on this side. Lockup on all of these is nice and early, and the centering is right on the money. I definitely like the blade shape on this. We've got a satin hollow ground with a flat grind up in the tip, and then you have that nice heavy harpoon on the top with some nice jimping. So fits in the hand very nicely. It is a good size knife, definitely a medium size knife. And definitely one that you can carry and put to use and not be as worried about carrying your $600 to $700 Reate. Here is another satin finish. It is a purple-blue background with a heavy blue-green bronze and yellow storm treatment. Definitely turned out very nice. That satin finish gives you a real good color to it. Bronze on the hardware, and again centered right in. This one I went ahead and storm treated the back spacer as well. Just a really cool looking knife. Definitely happy with the way that one turned out. And we've got a couple polished out versions. This one's a heavy bronze. It's got some purples and blues through it. And again, your bronze on the screws and pivot. A lot of really good color in that one. A lot of shine in it too. I am one that really likes the polished look personally. My wife is very much into the satin finish. So it really depends on what your preference is. Satin definitely has a kind of softer feel to it, where this is going to be a little more slick. And kind of fingerprinting this one up really good just so you get a good idea what this one's going to look like in hand. Really cool knives. So that is the polished out. Here is another polished out version that is a kind of blue-purple background again. To give you an idea, these two are done pretty much with the same treatment. Same anodizing, but there's the difference in your finishes. Polished versus satin. So if you like the shiny, bright, flashy, then the polish is definitely the way to go. If you want something a little bit more subdued, check out that satin finish. This one's got a polished back spacer as well. And again, lockup's nice and early. Just a really sharp looking knife. And I went with kind of a purpley bronze on that pivot. And she flips like a champ. We'll go back into one more of the satin finish. And this is definitely a much more subdued finish. Kind of a darker bronze blue with the bronze hardware. Turned out really sharp. A little bit of moisture here. Very humid here in Texas right now. Getting a lot of rain. And then got a nice bronze back spacer that's double stone washed. Like I said, really fun knife. They flip out really nicely. Before, the full titanium Tiger would have been my choice to kind of carry and beat up, but I tell you what, this one is another really good choice at a little bit lower price point than the Tiger, and definitely a fun knife to play with. So if you are looking for a custom anodized version of the Zorro, definitely check it out on the website, www.jdcutlery.com. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.